Now let's take a look at what I call JavaScript anti-use cases. That is, situations where you don't necessarily need to use JavaScript, and indeed, perhaps you shouldn't. So first of all, if CSS can handle it, you probably don't need to use JavaScript. Like anytime you're working with visual changes involving the hover event, when your mouse cursor goes over something, or focus events, when keyboard focus gets onto an element on a page. You can act on those events with CSS by itself. You don't need JavaScript. Back in the old days, JavaScript was used for things like swapping out an image in reaction to a mouse over or hover event, rolling over menus, tooltips, various things like that. CSS can handle such things pretty well, so we generally don't need JavaScript in those situations. If we want to do various kinds of animation on our pages, CSS transitions and transforms offer a great deal of power without JavaScript. No serious coding necessary. Those are definitely worth exploring. JavaScript is still a good match for more advanced animation, and perhaps best of all, you can use them together. If there's a situation where you need to be able to click something and have it animate, you can use JavaScript in combination with CSS transitions to produce very smoothly performing animations that will work on pretty much any web platform. If you want to learn more about that sort of thing, check out the course CSS, Transitions, and Transforms. Also, HTML5 form controls can be used instead of the custom widgets we needed to use in the old days to get different kinds of elements in our forms, like range controls, sliders, different things like that. This is especially important on mobile platforms where, for example, form elements for telephone numbers or email addresses will be wired up to custom keyboards well suited to entering that kind of data. These are a few examples of times when JavaScript is not necessarily appropriate, and you can look at other modern technologies that will accomplish the same goals.